general ethos of the SiGMA Foundation?
Well, I remember, Neil, that about 18 years ago I was in this very remote place and I came across this massive banner and it stuck in my head: education is power. And we've been proposed a million different projects, but we stick to our schools. This school has been 3 years in the making. COVID came into the way, and as well, we all know, everything went a bit crazy. But the one thing you need is belief. We stuck to it, we stuck to our guns, and progressively over the last 3 years, this came to our culmination yesterday, by way of which we can introduce, by the end of this year, 1,000 people, 1,000 young children to our school. It's obviously a very moving situation in my life. You know, seeing all those people conglomerated there, under the veil of happiness, with all the trials and tribulations which came into the way and into play over the last few years, culminating in the apex of yesterday's inauguration. It's very hard to put into words, but if I had to sum it up, just simply brilliant.
So when we start a project, it always starts with an idea. And so generally when Keith and myself, or Keith, we're here in Ethiopia, and then we start scouting for possible projects. And we do not do this on our own. So this will be, with example in this case, with the Vicarate of Jimma Bonga. And they will also pitch us projects or possible projects in the area that will do good, right? We generally focus on educational projects. So, example like this, we opened a school, a 3-in-1 project, a school. In this case, the first part of the school was financed by Kilimanjaro Challenge, so we had to do that. And we opened that in 2020. And whilst we were here, we did the scouting for the project that we opened yesterday. What you saw yesterday was completely different to what we saw 3 years ago now. There was a school first, and the rest was a jungle, effectively. So it all starts from a concept. So it starts from that. So you have a concept. We say here we need a primary and secondary school, and then it's about budgeting. So then we see how much will it cost, how many students will it house, what is the need for the town, how will it be sustainable in the future, because that's very important. Because generally as SiGMA Foundation we finance the building of the project, and then it needs to be self-sustaining as far as running is concerned. So as far as how a project is enacted, it starts from an idea, it becomes a project, a design, then costings, and then we need to raise funds. So then the funds, like I said, in this case, it started from Kilimanjaro Challenge 13, and then it continued on. I mean, unfortunately, there was COVID for the past 2 years. However, luckily, we did manage to start raising funds through Camino events, right? So we did 3 Caminos, whereby we raised the rest of the funds to open up the project of yesterday. During that time, what we'll be doing is going over the plans. Unfortunately, between COVID and all these logistical issues that happened, that hit the rest of the world, also hit Ethiopia. So a lot of materials, building materials, have increased in price drastically, 4-fold, 6-fold. So as the project progresses, we are always needing either readjusting or else dealing with the architects and the contractors and liaising through the Father Samuel in this case, to ensure that the project is done feasibly in a timelessly manner. So it's a lot of juggling around finances, raising the funds from one end, from the events that we do in Malta, sending the money here, and ensuring that money gets us through to the final project. However, then you asked me, how did I feel yesterday? So the last time we have been here, and not by choice, it was 2020, the past 2-3 years we couldn't come because of COVID primarily. And seeing that project yesterday, I can't describe it. It's joy. I'm proud of what we achieved. And it's not just us, it's the people who helped us raise money, who made this possible. So I think it was like, you know, like it's a big project and you finally see it. And also it's because we know that this is going to have a big impact on the children and the people in Bonga.
What Keith Marshall and Austin Cachia, two hearts of gold, have been working on is nothing short of extraordinary. And the SiGMA Foundation was launched 3 years ago, and we decided to go all in, backing these guys up. This is my first time here, and it's been a life-enriching experience. I love what I saw. I'm gonna be back next year, and I can't wait to involve as many of our clients, as much as possible of our network, to support the SiGMA Foundation moving forward.